muss man in die Einstellungen. Was war das hier? Sprachausgabe. Wo kann ich die umändern? Ich will keine deutsche Sprachausgabe, falls es die gibt. Ja. Mal spielen. Alles klar. Wir spielen erstmal auf normal. Untertitel für alles an.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes.
Ja, aus dieser Weltall
Of your very own hibernation
Fallout.
chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny. When you go out of this world,
Der Raucher kann fahren.
Halcyon Colony.
2320. Okay.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful. You could survive on the surface of Tartarus, briefly. High blood pressure. Could keep you from blacking out, at least. Oh dear. Did you actually punch out your anger counselor? I wonder if you're also morally flexible.
Machen wir es so.
Ah, a blunt force trauma specialist. I might have a job for you.
Ich will auf jeden Fall
At last,
Tech
a kindred
hochmachen.
spirit. I hear Monarch's in need of more game hunters.
Ich gehe
Yes,
Verteidigung.
I should pick someone likely to survive a hail of gunfire.
Keine Ahnung, was ich da holen soll. Oder machen wir das so?
At least you know the value of money.
Geschlecht männlich. Haare. Ich wollte da übel das. Genau. Dreck. Was zum Hölle? Und die Narbe, die sieht episch aus. Alter. Na. So. Tomeki. Gut. Von mir aus.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend. Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump. Shit.
Shit happens. Darf ich jetzt ordentlich spielen?
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? A bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck.
Alles klar.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Sind das diese Pusteblumen? Das sind diese Pusteblumen! Ja, was ist das? Was zur Hölle ist das? Sieht aus wie Eidechse. Aus Mischling. Wie sprintig. Was war das? Das ist ein Beatmungsgerät. Anscheinend. Und das war was, keine Ahnung, auf jeden Fall eigentlich 2 verschwendet. Cool. Das nennen die Sprinter-Mannschaft.
well, there's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Aua.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, well, that stinks.
Ah, ich kann das da machen.
Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange for my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help.
Interessiert, was Spacers ist.
Oh, we're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. Not that I deserve to be. Can't even deliver a company slogan. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hull had grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time. You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Gib mir dein Messer. Ja. Wie kann ich das jetzt ändern? Rechte Säbel. Wechsle ich jetzt Waffe? Ah, gut. Immerhin. Ja, also es wirkt einfach wie Weltraum-Fallout. Fischsticks. Pseudo-Apfel. Bananenbüschel, alles klar. Mhm. Teleskopstab, alles klar. Kann ich die Pilze abschneiden und benutzen? Nee. So, die Frage ist jetzt, kann ich Stealth Kills machen? Ja. Ist einer rein. Ah, da ist er. Mhm. Der hat mir gerade Körperpanzer gegeben. Mhm. Das Problem ist... Ah, hier mache ich das. Das bringt mehr. So. Moment, was gibt's denn da noch? Mhm. Damit kann ich mich heilen oder was? Schrott. Alles klar. Gut, dann. Oh fuck. Ja. Oh. Fuck. Wir machen was soll's ja was nicht passiert. Alter, wie dumm kann man eigentlich sein, ey? Das sind 50.000 Leute und ich fange einfach an zu schießen. So.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed! Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
Ja, ich hab die aus Versehen umgebrungen, weil ich gedacht habe, das wäre Gegner.
Really? How is he? Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off-brand physicians. We'll see him back to Edgewater, just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some. Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Oh geil, jetzt helfen die mir auch eben. Muss Jolene kämpfen. Alter, haben die abgeschlachtet. Und eben musste ich das alles allein machen. Und jetzt haben die alles allein gemacht. Alter, ich will aber trotzdem die Rüstung, Alter. Die war viel besser als die ich habe. Scheiße. Ich hätte einfach nochmal töten sollen. Wobei, dann kommen spätere Missionen und so, wo man die braucht, bestimmt auch nicht mehr. Wenn es überhaupt sowas gibt.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Intruders are not authorized to access the Unreliable's amenities, including the cargo hold's workbench. All doors are on security lockdown. Nice try, Marauder. Marauder, please be informed the ship has no crew for you to murder.
Bin ich mir nicht so sicher.
Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health.
Shut up.
Marauder, please be informed that the engine room contains nothing of value.
Are you sure about that?
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels. Hello, please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. I detect an elevated heart rate, indicating dishonesty. Please prepare yourself for lethal deterrence. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you
Ich
for your
wäre
patience
übrigens,
and
dass ich
for your
Lüge
honesty.
vermeide, weil ich Lüge
I
in
am
echt auch
programmed
nicht,
to
also
take
warum
orders
soll ich dann
exclusively
im
from
Spiel
Captain
machen?
Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? I understand. You are speaking metaphorically. You wandered outside this ship and experienced a permanent, life-changing encounter. The old you is dead. Welcome back, Captain Hawthorne. I extend felicitations and
Alter.
congratulations on your life-changing experience. I understand. You are going undercover with an alias. I will update my discretion protocol accordingly. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you
Unreliable.
understand? It is difficult for me to do so. I am programmed to accept commands from Captain Alex Hawthorne, after all. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Yeah, ich bin Level 2. Mhm. Ich habe 10 Punkte. Den auf jeden Fall Tag, Tarnung, Dialog 2, Verteidigung 1, Nahkampf 3, Fernkampf 2. Anwenden. So. Wobei, schon noch Vorteile, okay. 50% Grundleben. Zuerst mal das Leben hoch. Teleskopstab ist ein Zweihänder Nahkampfwaffe. Nee, alles was ich hier habe, bringt mir ja nichts. So.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. Yeah, fair point. I'll let it go this time. If you're looking to help us out with our marauder problem, talk to Constable Reyes over in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Was ist mit dir? Ja. Scheiße. Warum drücke ich das im Aus Versehen? Hauptsache die tötet da irgendwelche Bewohner, die überhaupt nichts bei sich hatte. Einfach nur weil sie Bock haben anscheinend. Was für Wichser! So. Kann ich irgendwie Ausrüstung zerlegen? Ja. Dann mache ich nämlich mal so viel kaputt, dass ich von bei allem nur noch eins dabei habe. Weil das geht ja alles auf die Tragekapazität. Ja, ich würde mal sagen, da ist eine Siedlung, ne?
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. That's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, braving the wilds. Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. A body grows accustomed. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30...
Warum ist der denn immer noch Junior, wenn er schon das so lang macht, Alter? WTF?
Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees. Former people, yeah. Marauder's been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, the company's gonna duck my pay.
Mhm. Okay. Dann gehen wir mal rein. Emerald Vale. Edgewater entdeckt.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you.
Dieser Moon Guy sieht lustig aus, auf jeden Fall. Cannery. Kann ich noch rein theoretisch hier alle umbringen. Wie ich die eine umbringen wollte, beziehungsweise gemacht habe, ohne zu wissen, dass das schlecht war. Und da ich doch gerade gesehen habe, in der Aufträge, dass da Standard verbockt, kann man dadurch auch Aufträge verkacken, wahrscheinlich. Ich hoffe nur, das wird dann später nicht so, dass wenn ich jemanden nicht töte, dass der irgendwann jemand anderen tötet in der Story, von dem ich dann noch Auftrag oder so kriegt, weil das wäre dann ziemlich dumm. Weil woher soll man das vorher wissen? Ich habe mich nicht irgendwie großartig informiert und wollte das Spiel eigentlich so erleben, aber wenn ich dann sowas mache, ist das wiederum ein bisschen kacke. keine Ahnung, was da abgeht.
Eating nothing but saltuli for a year.
Ich sehe immer so viele Pilze. Ich will die scheiß Pilze. Ein gewisser jemand wird sich selber die Pilze vorher. Und das ist nicht immer so auf Magic Mushrooms bezogen, sondern generell. So, das hier. Verkaufsautomat. Wo? 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 Da das? Cool. Gegenstände überwiegend mit Fleischkonzern. Ah ja. Okay. Wie viel kostet der? 170, so viel habe ich nicht. Abgesägte Schrotflinte. Schrotflinte. Okay. Die Fahrstuhlmusik.
The grease monkey, Argo? Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken out. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Ja, ja.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors. The, honorable apparel of a loyal worker? Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we've got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. Oh yes. Saw someone put his hands on the regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Das hört sich nicht sehr crazy an.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Ja, wahrscheinlich.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go.
Adelaide.
And that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
If you could see your way to getting us our power. Go ahead.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. Wish I could. In a jiff. Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we chat? It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Komme ich hier raus? Gut, dann gehen wir uns jetzt zu dem anderen Ding. Und das ist immer nur der andere Ausgang. Okay. komme ich dann hin? Da wahrscheinlich.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Yeah, huh? That's on account of how I never met her. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. The contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers. You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vicar says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicar sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. It just comes off cold to me. It's like...
Geht auch raus.
Incoming!
Oh.
I'm going! Got him all.
What the hell?
Nice one!
Wo ist der hingeflogen? Fuck. Alter, da merkt man gar nicht, dass man Lowlife ist, ey. Featuring real monsters from the doomed world. Alles klar. Alles klar. So, ich würde dann noch mal sagen, ich speichere jetzt. Und dann war es das für dieses Mal. Habe ich jetzt gespeichert? Ja, gut. Speichere lieber nochmal. Dann ciao.